Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today Blake Damon shares Sims 4 news. Hey guys, if you didn't know already, there was a update that came out on the 14th of this month in preparation for the Sims 4 Werewolves game pack that's coming out this week. So let's go through it. Woo, Simmers! We're very excited to share with you our newest patch notes, but I'm particularly excited because this is my first time getting to write them, and now I'm as free and wild as a werewolf during a full moon. I'm not sure what that means. Was Sim Guru Morgan not able to write patch notes before? Anyway, to begin, we hope that you've been enjoying the real-life supermoons lately, because we have similar themes in store for you. Woo! Sorry. This patch brings bug fixes and updates to accompany the Werewolves game pack's release in 2 days. Super excited for it. We hope you find everything within these notes transformative. As usual, thank you all for your continued support and feedback, and most importantly, have fun just wolfing around. Thank you, Sim Guru Morgan, for squeezing in as much werewolf-related stuff in this intro. Okay, so what's new? Lunar Cycles. Were your Sims set in their nocturnal ways? The moon now has phases within a lunar cycle. From now on, you'll notice that the moon in the sky changes over time, which affects how much light is given off at night and in almost every neighborhood across all packs. This excludes locations that might not make sense, like the Magic Realm. Yeah, because it's always night, isn't it? In total, there are 8 phases: the new moon, the waxing crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous, third quarter, and waning crescent. With default settings, the moon will change each night, but you can change the length of the phases in the environment section of game options. If you want, you can also make a phase permanent or turn off moon effects. But why would you? Yes, the moon phase will affect your sim. So that's every sim, right? Each phase grants a special gameplay boost that can be viewed by hovering over the moon icon at the bottom center of the screen. This information will also display the current phase. Are you curious when the next full moon is coming around? The calendar has also been updated to display upcoming moon phases based on the previously mentioned phase length settings. Occult Sims will find that the new moon now plays an extra role in how their powers behave. Oh, so it affects normal Sims as well as occult Sims. Oh, that's interesting. During certain moon phases, mermaids have less hydration loss, vampires recharge power slower, spellcasters cast spells more successfully, and aliens receive a special moodlet while moonbathing. What is moonbathing? Which is also now a thing for all Sims teen and older. By the name, I'm going to guess that it's kind of like sunbathing, except you're just laying on the ground at night with the moon shining above you, I guess. I'm not sure if it's an effective way of absorbing vitamin D, though. There are also some particular cute and new interactions for toddlers. Aww. I love it. I love cute things toddlers can do. They have special questions that they can ask during each phase, and they can also say goodnight to the moon. Aww. This may grant them special moon dreams, which may change depending on the particular moon phase that night. Prepare for cuteness overload. Ooh, I can't wait. I hate playing with toddlers. They drive me crazy, but I do like how cute they are. I'd be remiss if I failed to mention that this is where the Princess Cordelia reference is hidden in this pack. Sorry, Sim Guru Ninja, you can't stop me. Who is Princess Cordelia? Guys, if you know who Princess Cordelia is, please let me know in the comments down below, because I am in the dark. Sims are now also able to moon gaze through the observatory or the small telescope. Yay! I did notice a small telescope when they showed off the Werewolves game pack in the live stream. It's very scrappy looking, which I absolutely love. But now it looks like we have a small telescope for everyone. It was a rainy afternoon one day at the Maxis office. The bay doesn't see much rain, and the sound of water drops hitting the windows filled the otherwise silent studio. In a dimly lit corner on the Maxis floor, one modeling artist was working on a telescope model. A simple feature, a staple of the Sims and real-life space hobbyists. A smile grew across the artist's face. The model was perfect. Small, elegant, perfectly capable of sitting on a balcony in a virtual household. There were great expectations for The Sims 4, and the artist had great expectations too. Suddenly, a game designer appeared behind the artist. The artist was serenaded by the sound of the rain and hadn't noticed that they were no longer alone. As the artist turned around to greet the designer uttered a single word as if to interrupt eye contact. "Bigger," the designer muttered. Confused, the artist scanned their freshly sculpted 3D model in order to figure out what exactly needed to be bigger. The base of the structure? Could it not support the weight of such a lens? Was the scope itself too small? Would the mysteries of the cosmos elude our Sims with its inadequacy? "What do you mean by—" The artist's voice was cut short as they noticed the designer digging into a fresh plate of lobster thermidor? What? A peculiar sight, I'm sure, as there wasn't even a kitchen nearby. How had the designer cooked an entire lobster? The grated cheese atop the crustacean slowly melted as the artist sat astonished. "Bigger," the designer once again exclaimed, this time slightly louder, exhaling a cloud of Old Bay seasoning that stung the artist's eyes. The artist blinked rapidly and grimaced. "What exactly needs to be bigger?" This time, the designer was shouting, breadcrumbs flying onto the desk. The designer stood silently before taking another bite. The artist looked down at their clenched hands in their lap, trying to find the right words to say. Where do we go from here? Where does life go from here? It's a very deep question. The artist tried to return their gaze to the designer, but the designer was already gone. Lingering steam lofted in the air. The artist tried once again to speak, but words felt meaningless, unnecessary. The only thing that remained was the odor of the buttery shellfish and the gentle hum of rain. The artist sighed and looked back at the telescope model, still baffled by the encounter. I would be too. As their thoughts stirred, one word repeated in their mind. Bigger. 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 And I guess that's the story of how we got those big ass telescopes. And it was really weird because I remember I used to play Sims 2 a lot when I was growing up, and there was always a smaller telescope, and I found it weird that Sims 4 didn't have this. When I first got the game, I thought I'd missed it or something like that, but no, it just wasn't there at all. But it's finally here. Yes, they're finally here. Tiny, portable, and ready to fulfill your logic dreams. This patch includes one small telescope, and the Sims 4 Werewolves game pack will add a second pack-specific one. Most of the interactions that were available on the observatory are also available on the small telescope. But for understandable reasons, you cannot woohoo inside it. Really? Aww. And as it isn't quite as technically advanced as the observatory, using the small telescope will not reward prints. You may, at various times of the day and night, spy on neighborhood, observe the sky, search for the truth, which I think encourages alien abductions, stargaze, track satellite, spy on apartments, if you have city living. Important note, viewing the night sky can be dangerous work. If your sim notices something coming straight for them, get inside quickly. Death by meteorite is now a thing! Yay! So are meteorite ghosts. Who knew? Oh, that's cool. I love a new death. So these are the new tiny telescopes in all the different swatches, I guess, I assume. I remember the Sims 2 one looked like this, but I like this black one. And ooh, I really like this galaxy swatch here. It's beautiful. Observatory. Small telescopes are the only stargazing item that gets some attention. Remember the base game observatory? Yes, the big one. How could you forget after the story above? Exactly. Well, you can now discover 10 new framed moon prints when moon gazing with it. They're very pretty, and here one might show what 6am looks like from space. Ooh. 6am, for those who don't know, is the alien planet that you can warp into if you have the Get to Work pack. We also have some CAS items. So we have a new beard, and here it is. So it's a curly beard, and it goes really well with these curly hairs. I really like how they did this salt and pepper ones, like the ones that are sort of graying. It looks good. Good work, Sims team. To address feedback on the rainbow base game wedding dress variants we released with my wedding stories, we added some new variants that are ombre and faded to 2 of the dresses. Oh, okay, yeah, I do remember the ones that they released with the Wedding Stories pack looked horrible. They looked like clown dresses. There were like bands of rainbows. It was not attractive. But I think these ones look much better. So 3 new swatches for these 2 dresses. We heard that you wanted the My Sims Wedding Stories wedding hijab without the veil. So now you have a new hijab headpiece in base game. Yay! I love new free things. So this is the new hijab. It comes in all these different swatches, including a white one with the different colored trimming. Build mode. Ooh, so we're getting some new build items, are we? In build mode, you'll now find the Brickery Elite Caution wallpaper, which complements the existing base game Brickery Elite wallpaper. There are also 2 new terrain paints. One has a lot of tiny rocks that are very cute, and the other is pine duff. So pine duff is when the leaves from pines fall onto the ground and they go brown, and that's pine duff. Both look fantastic in Moonwood Mill, if we do say so ourselves. Use them wherever you like though. So this is the terrain paint with the tiny rocks, and this must be the one under the pine duff. And here we have the new wallpapers with the caution underneath. So this must be the original existing wallpaper that we already have, and this is it with the caution underneath. Looks good. I bet you could make a really nice caution half wall. I think that'd look really pretty. Scenarios. We've made some various improvements to the user interface in the base game for scenarios. The scenarios menu now uses a title system that shows information about what to start the scenarios with and some possible story endings. The menu will also show recommendations for scenarios and show limited time scenarios at the top of the screen. The scenarios tab in the live mode UI has been updated to better showcase actions to pursue in the scenario. Brand new players to The Sims 4 will now see a welcome screen on the main menu. So it looks like they've changed a few things with the scenarios tab. And finally, Miscellaneous. Wolfsbane has now been brought to base game. So Wolfbane, from what I recall, is from the Vampires pack, but now it looks like it's going to be available for everyone. You may acquire it through cheats or random plant awards, but this will allow it to be found in the worlds of both The Sims 4 Werewolves as well as The Sims 4 Vampires. We are formally excited to announce Reticulating Splines is back as a loading tip. I didn't even notice it was gone. But thank you Sims team for doing that for us. I thought that there was something missing in my life, and now I know what it was. And the rest of this article is going to be bug fixes, which I'm not going to go through. But if you'd like to read the whole thing yourself, I'll leave a link to that in the description down below. Anyway, that's it for me guys. I hope you found this informative. If you did, please like this video and subscribe to my channel to see more of my content. And if you haven't already, please leave a comment down below. Check out the Sims 4 Werewolves game pack article, Embrace the Full Moon.